Hello, travelers, and welcome to the Horror Greenbook, the channel that takes you from coast to coast and con to con. I am your travel guide, Brendan, here in the Scary Sanctuary, bringing to you a special, you know, live watch party. We're going to do a double feature, a post apocalyptic one, in honor of the upcoming release of 28 Years Later. So we're going to watch 28 Days Later and 28 Weeks Later. So, as I mentioned not too long ago, that the release of 28 Years Later kind of snuck up on me. So, it's only right that we should hang out together and watch both films together, especially since they're available for free on 28 Days Later is available on Pluto TV, and 28 Weeks Later is on Tubi. So we're going to watch them for free, guys. See who we have here in the house. We got Old Restless in the house. What's going on, Old Restless? Beat Bumper in here. I'm the number one Green Book gangster. All right. But Bumper, you heard that, man. Old Restless has the title for this week. He pinned you, man. We got Tony in the house. What's going on, Tony? I'm doing pretty good, man. How about yourself? Just glad to be able to hang out and watch some horror with you guys. And of course, like always, guys, we're gonna wait for some people to join in, and we'll start the film at, let's just say, 10 past the hour. So it gives everyone time to just go ahead and get settled. We got Bumper in here. Yeah, Russ is like, what took you so long? Yeah, it's flesh eating time. That's right. Bumper's painting. Yeah, that's right. He's painting Grandma's house. How's the painting coming along, Bumper? Yeah, who's going to see 28 years later this week? I'm thinking of seeing it tomorrow. I should have some free time, so it's looking like that may be the case. Yeah, you going tomorrow afternoon, oh Restless? Dope, dope. Bumper says probably Tuesday for him. Hey, we got Donovan in the house. What's going on? Happy. And we got Stephen W. Scott in the house. What's going on, Stephen? Glad to have you here. It's been a while, Stephen. Hopefully you're getting prepared for OKC HorrorCon. I just was talking about OKC HorrorCon, that the fact that it looks like I'm not going to make it this year because I'm going to have an alternate trip that I'm going to be going on. But there's always the chance that if I don't go there, that I won't be bummed about it because I can always call an audible and go to OKC HorrorCon. So we'll see how it goes, guys. I'll definitely make my decision by the end of this week. You like my horror convention videos? Well, I appreciate that, Tony. There will be more coming, that's for sure. Next month, I'll be going to Days of the Dead, Phoenix, and Mad Monster Party. They're happening on the same weekend, so I'll be going to and fro both conventions. So, guys, while that's being said, I will appreciate any super chats throughout the live watch party, because that will go towards funding these upcoming trips. I have a Lawrence Fishburne autograph that I will be sending, well, off my Dream Warriors poster for, to get his signature on there. So, guys, I have a bit of anxiety with sending my poster off, but needless to say, I'm going to ensure that thing to the utmost maximum that I can. And, may the horror gods be with me. With good luck with that. Hey, what's up? We got Triple T in the house. Yeah, man, Steven, that's going to be a great time, man. Like, I really love OKC HorrorCon and everything Rod is doing with that convention. I'm a bit saddened that I possibly won't make it this year, but, I will most likely go to Tulsa HorrorCon, which, will be later on in the year, so I'm not too bummed about that. Hey, I appreciate the compliment, Steve, in regards to the Living Dead Museum video. Man, it was such a fun time going to Monroeville Mall and just hang out and enjoy it. That I see Kane Hodder was on Talk is Jericho. No, I haven't checked that out yet, Tony. And by the way, guys, go ahead and hit that like button, guys. It'll push the live watch party out to other horror fans. Jane Hodder. Yeah, Kane's twin sister. You're walking as you type right now. Hey, look at y'all multitasking. But yeah, guys, I got a lot of stuff planned. I got some content coming up. Pretty soon, I will be uploading the Hollywood Forever video, so be on the lookout for that. Um, Man, I got a lot of stuff coming up, guys. I even have some upcoming store trips planned. So it's gonna be a good one. But yeah, guys, is anyone hyped for 28 years later? I am, and just the fact that they have other films planned right after this is a good sign. If they have a successful showing for this film, then those will, pretty much go ahead and get to flowing. Is Arco a convenience store? It is. It is. It is a gas station. What is it like going to conventions? Tony, it is such a fun time, Tony. I always tell people if there's a cool horror convention near you, go check it out because you meet all types of cool people that will become like family to you. Like you come in, like if you've never gone, you come in not knowing a soul, but you leave, exchanging information with so many people and so hyped to get to the next one, whether that be that same convention next year or there's another one close to you that you can drive to and such. It's a highly addictive thing. There's so many great vendors, great panels. Depending on the convention, they'll screen movies. So, yeah, man, it's a great time. I highly recommend you going to the nearest horror convention near you, Tony. You're invited to a horror convention in Springfield, Missouri, in October. What's the name of it, Steven? Plug the convention. I'm sipping on a Corona right now. It's kind of like it's like a summer edition that my family ended up having because neighbors, we had like a field day, an adult field day, and of course everyone brought different alcohol, so I ended up snatching a few of different things. Just watched 28 Days and Weeks in preparation for the new one this weekend. Yeah, so like minds thinking, great minds thinking alike, I should say. JZS 2120. Major shout out to you. All right, guys, we are a little bit less than 2 minutes away from starting the film. I am watching it digitally, and I don't think I'll be having any ads. So if you guys ever need a timestamp, go ahead and request one. All right, guys, we're less than a minute now. And while I'm thinking about it, let me go ahead and plug the Discord server. YouTube just announced that they're going to do like a community thing where you guys can actually post your own stuff in YouTube. So that's going to be pretty awesome. I'm going to work also in regards to getting membership set up very soon, guys. So that means the Discourse will be an exclusive thing to members besides those of you that are already members. So again, I repeat, if you're already a member of the Discord server, you do not have to worry because you guys are grandfathered in. But that will be an exclusive thing for either YouTube members or Discord members. Alright, guys, press play. Yeah, let me make sure I got... Okay, I do have... my closed captions set up. Yeah, OG GVG perks, exactly, oh Restless. It's only right that you guys still be able to hang out and vibe. You guys are what makes this a family. So if you guys haven't joined just yet, go ahead and make sure to click and join because pretty shortly you'll have to be a member or a Discord, well, a Patreon supporter. I meant to say. All right, when did you guys first see 28 Days Later? For me, it was freshman year in college. That was 2003. Yes, I am old. And being a horror fan, I heard about this infected film that was, a British production, and that was just really cool. And I saw it in theaters, and wow, man, it was such a mind blowing experience. Especially the opening, the way it comes on, and then um, everything with Jim, and then the controversy of like, all right, what came first? Who came up with the idea first? The Walking Dead or 28 Days Later, in regards to the person waking up from the coma. You in your 30s, Steven? Yeah, definitely saw it when it first came out in 2003. Man, I was so mind blown seeing London, the London streets like that. It was cool knowing how they had to get that shot. I mean, of course, you gotta get up super early. And just today, guys, animal rights activists caused the end of the world. Go figure. Oh yeah, most definitely with I Am Legend. That's the OG infected. That one in Night of the Triffids. Ring the alarm. Those, something tells me those monkeys are going crazy. And they just won't listen. Matheson was an influence for you as a writer, Stephen? Hey, that's a great influence to have, I mean, if you're gonna have an influence, go for the greats. They should have just took the not my monkeys, not my circus approach. And now this is about to be everybody's problem. Oh, it's too late. Oh, you like the vampire teeth? Thank you, I appreciate that. You can find them at vampfangs.com. It's like a little gnat. It's like flying in front of me. But vampfangs.com. You are also at a convention near you through a company called Horror Show Jack. The monkey sitting there like, man, y'all done messed up. 28 days later. I wonder what can happen in 28 days. Get two paychecks, sometimes four, depending on if you're paid weekly. go, Tony. We got Dong. It only took us 6 minutes, and we got Dong. I know Triple T's like, yeah, but it also depends on how much beer is in them at this moment. I mean, you just gotta go all in. I mean, you're making a statement. You're like, hey, I'm just gonna go full on Dong. You would like to meet Lisa Wilcox? I had the pleasure of meeting Lisa a couple of times. I love Lisa. Being a Nightmare on Elm Street fanboy, um, and then also having a soft spot in my heart for four. Not the biggest fan of five, but I mean Lisa's in it again. And it continues her story. She's the only, well, besides Heather, the only Elm Street girl that gets multiple movies. Yeah, but Lisa's a sweetheart. I joked with her about appearing in that reality show MILF Manor. She let out such a big laugh about that. She was like, "I didn't realize that people were going to actually be, that people were going to actually see that." And I'm like, "Oh, us horror fans were definitely going to notice that." Oh, she's going to be okay. Cool, cool. What a coincidence, Mopper. I know she's also going to be at Scarefest this year. Yeah, I got major love for Lisa. It's thirsty. Grab a Pepsi. Yeah, I totally feel the horror geek when he says that, Jeff. But thanks so much for stopping in, Jeff. Definitely know you have to get up like super early in the morning, man. So thank you so much. And of course, guys, your likes are much appreciated. We're a small but growing channel. So all the people that we pick up along the way, you know, they're so awesome. I wish you guys could see like this one singular gnat that's trying its best to like make it into the channel. Hold on. Like I don't want to actually hit the mic. Oh man. But oh man, I so loved this shot, this setup of a deserted London. Okay, apparently I can hear my neighbor out there doing some yard work. I mean, I can't blame him. The sun's going down in Texas, so I wish I had some chopsticks so I could just go like Mr. Miyagi on this gnat. Oh, I think I got it. Did I? No, I didn't. Like you totally feel his loneliness. But another thing that I think is the best thing about this film is the music. The music is probably one of the MVPs of this. You despise Pluto TV too hard to manage. You're still searching for 28 days later. Hey, I hate hearing that, Steven. Yeah, I totally know how that can be sometimes. Hold on, guys. Give me a second. I don't know why they make these apps so hard to manage sometimes. Where it's just like, man, I just want to watch this movie or that movie, and before you know it, you're just like stuck with like 5 minutes of like ads before you even have to like fast forward to your actual spot that you want to go to. It's just like, okay, 5 minutes of ads. Now I have to fast forward to the spot that I want to go to, and then another 5 minutes of ads. It's just like, hold up, man. I just want to see this one part. Yeah, I love this score. I just love the way it was shot as well. It's just that whole gritty look. You just really feel his despair. It's like his confusion. Now he's looking at the newspapers. Hey guys, you remember newspapers? It's like the last days of print. The score is good. He uses a lot of the music at Kick Ass and Sunshine as well. Yeah, you know what? I did notice that he did reuse a lot in Kick Ass. I've never seen Sunshine. Hey, Annette. Welcome, welcome. You miss newspapers? Man, my dad's one of the few people still holding on to print. Like, he refuses to give up his newspaper subscription. And I give it to him for that. He's just one of those guys that just prefers to have a paper in his hands. So it's one of those things that whenever I go back home to visit, I'll read the newspaper because it's just one of those things that I don't really get a chance to do often. And then not only that, but it's me taking in local news back home. The end is extremely, yeah. I'm gonna get that net, guys. I promise you. I wish I had like the salt gun. Well, we actually do have one. I'm meaning that I wish I could go in the actual other room and actually shoot it. But it is what it is. And welcome to Dobroski and the Discord group. Billy Zane did awesome in the movie Tales from the Crypt Demon Night. Oh yeah, he's chewing up all sorts of scenery in that. Yeah, this is such a creepy part here with all the bodies, and then of course he makes a big mistake. So yeah, it's time to go. Jim's so lucky. Like he got out of there barely with his life. Father, he father must have gotten to a bad batch of altar boys. I know that was a dark joke. I'm sorry, but we get dark on here. Triple T has made darker jokes. That's light for Triple T. All right. All right, Steven, we are at 15 minutes and 55 seconds if you want to match up to where I am currently. Lori, what's going on, Lori? Welcome, welcome. Now we're just 16 minutes into 28 days later. You can find it on Pluto. Let me know whenever you need a timestamp, Lori. Thank goodness for Selena. Because Jim was about to become lunch. Yeah, it's pretty hard sometimes. But I want to thank you guys for joining me for this surprise double feature night for 28 days and weeks later. No, of course you could ask anytime, Annette. Robert's autograph when I grabbed it. This was a year and a half ago. It was $125. I think it's like maybe 130 now. So it may have just gone a bit more, but that could also, you know, be because of the convention that I saw his price at for that particular time. Thank goodness, the convention that I went to, you could pay for his autograph beforehand, so that helped me out a lot. It's like, dude, you try to tell jokes in here now, dude. I almost died. You were thinking about sending your Nightmare 3 poster for him to sign. That's what you figured it would cost. Yeah, it's about that much. And if you're gonna send it in to his house, basically what you could do is you pay for shipping for it on the way back, and they send it back out to you. Um, you can get him to do whatever you want him to do. Like if you want him to doodle something for you, a particular type of message. If you want a picture of Robert with your item signing it, they'll do that for you. And each item comes with its own sticker of authenticity. Sure, Tony. I'm at 19 minutes and 10 seconds. You had to throw some food at the kids. Hey, no worries, guys. Happy and Tony asked at the same time. But it looks like everyone's flowing into the room at about the same time. If anyone is new to the channel, my name is Brendan. We do all types of horror related content here. We're currently doing a live watch along of 28 days later right now, followed by 28 weeks later, in anticipation for 28 years later this weekend. So hopefully you guys will subscribe. We do all types of cool stuff. We go to horror conventions. We talk horror every chance that we get on this channel. So stick around, become a part of the GBG. How's everyone doing? The question that I asked earlier, guys, was when did you first see 28 Days Later? For me, it was my freshman year of college, 2003. It's just a fun time, enjoying some early 2000s horror. You saw it at the theater. Unfortunately, I didn't see it in theaters. I saw it when it came to rental, so I wasn't as lucky. I would still love to see it in theater one of these days. Oh, it's your first time, Lori? Oh, wow. Well, this is a great time to watch it with friends. It's a great film. It's one of my favorite ones. It's a gem for the 2000s. You've missed one of my favorite parts though, Laura. You'll have to go back and watch the start. It's this really cool iconic shot of a deserted London. It's just so eerie. Lesson three: don't talk about Fight Club. It's a fast little bugger. I'm gonna get it. At a convention, can you bring? Well, I have a Victor Crawley mask. Could I bring it and have it signed? Yeah, Tony, you can have pretty much anything signed for the most part. Now, in regards to having like stuff like blades signed, like real blades, there's usually like a protocol where you have to like either check it in or have like one of the handlers give it to the celebrity and then you'll get it back. I've seen that. But for the most part, they'll sign almost anything. I was looking at a convention in Tennessee that I wanted to go to, Smoky Mountain Con, and someone brought a canoe to be signed by Friday the 13th cast members. And I'm like, you know what? That is a total awesome um, thing to get signed. Sure, Lori, I'm at 22 minutes and 50 seconds. So you can get pretty much anything signed. And the more creative, the more conversations you'll have with the celebrities. And, you know, you know, and it enables them to just have a bit more of a conversation starter. No, you don't have to buy anything there. Yeah. Yeah, you don't have to buy anything there, at the table. You can bring your own stuff and get signed. Like, but a lot of celebrities, what they'll do is, let's just say you're going to a convention and you don't know who all was going to be there, and then you find out that, oh, that guy who was in that show that I absolutely loved, or oh, that woman that was in that movie that my mom loves is going to be here. A lot of the celebrities will have a lot of cool stuff for them to sign. Besides the standard 8x10s, a lot of the celebrities will have like posters, um, all types of little nifty creative things that you can buy from their table. And depending on what it is, sometimes it may be cheaper than the autograph price itself for bringing in your own stuff. And then it will include like a signature in itself. So let's just say some celebrities, if you bring in something, it'll be a $40 signature. But if you buy their book or something like that, it may be $30 and you'll still get the signature. So, you know, it's all types of cool, things that you'll find out about the convention scene. Oh, Russell, you got a signed machete from CJ. Oh, that's dope, man. Yeah, man. I mean, can you just imagine how many like machetes that like Kane and CJ signed, and, like Ari and all these other guys that played Jason, and like how many knives that the Michael Myers, you know, cast members have signed. I think that's a very cool thing. Machete, signature, and selfie for $70. I say you came out pretty bad. I mean, pretty good. Not bad at all, for real. He came out pretty damn good. Yeah, exactly. A lot of these celebrities have some really cool items at their table, and that will make up for sometimes, not having something already. So cool to just think, like, 20 years later where Killian's career is. Like, he was a powerhouse actor then. Like, you knew, like, this dude's legit. But all the stuff they did between, you know, let's just say right here, 28 days later, and then we get fast forwarded all the way to Oppenheimer. It's freaking crazy. How much is it for selfies? Yeah, it definitely depends. A lot of celebrities, they'll throw in a selfie for free if you get their autograph. A lot of this more affordable celebrities, let's just say if a celebrity's charging within like the $40 range for their signature, in most cases they're going to throw in a selfie for free. Some celebrities, if you just want to get the celebrity, I mean, if you just want to get the selfie, it can range from like $20 to $50 depending on the celebrity. Now, the higher the celebrity, you know, I've seen the price go up even more. So, yeah, it's definitely one of those things. Yeah, Jim can't get any sleep. Not yet, Steven, but it will be. That's why I want to get the word out for you guys to join to join the Discord server, because pretty soon the only way to get the link to join the Discord would either be being a YouTube member or a Patreon um, supporter. But that's on the way, coming soon, guys. I would say that's my next project, because I have a bunch of extra content and I want to do a few extra things for you guys that want to support the channel every way that you can. Like, it really still trips me out though, all the ways that you guys support with like sending stuff in, and you know, whether it be for giveaways, whether it be to just have something to display in the scary sanctuary that belongs to you. It's very cool. So yeah, guys, definitely. And speaking of support, go ahead and make sure to hit that like button. It's a major help. Also, I greatly support super chats, super stickers, and the like. That's a great way of tipping your tour guide. Did you get bit? I love Selena. This is the moment that I learned that Selena was super cool. Right, this is the chick that I want to kick it with in the zombie apocalypse until I get bit myself. And then it's just like, hold up, hold up, hold up. And now I wasn't bitten, girl. My three sons and granddaughter and I plan to get Robert's autograph, so it's gonna be some money right there. Yeah, it is. It is. But it's so worth it. Robert makes it such a great experience. And what I will also say is, try to hang back after the convention, because I can almost guarantee you that Robert's going to be hanging out in the lobby or in the bar area just talking. He's very known to do that. So if you're sitting at the right place, you may be, I mean, I use this with quotes, stuck with Robert England in a conversation. And Robert loves to talk, so it wouldn't be, you know, an uncommon thing to be stuck in a 30-minute to an hour conversation with Robert England, just talking about everything under the sun. So that would be an absolute dream situation for me. It's so funny because one of the last horror helms that I was at, Robert was just hanging out at the bar, and there was only like one other person just near him, and I'm just like, man, I'm tempted to just go and hang out and talk with him so much, but it's just like, nah. Let me go ahead and get to the after party and hang out. The only thing you didn't like about this movie was in the theater, a bunch of scenes were so dark lighting wise. Yeah, yeah. It did have that type of lighting for sure. That's what I like to call Alien versus Predator 2 lighting. Just like, what am I looking at exactly? It's like, I do not know. And welcome, Steven, to the Discord. And I should say, guys, another reason why you should want to join the Discord is we will actually be doing live watch parties in Discord. But the cool thing is, you don't have to worry about like ads or like Pluto or trying to get synced into together because it's all off of my master stream and we're all watching that together. You can adjust each other's volume, you can mute people, we can all talk. Um, Thank you so much for the super chat, Steven. Thank you so much for your support, man. I really, really appreciate it. And speaking of which, guys, go ahead and check out Steven's books, guys. Steven, put your website or where they can find your books in the chat. Yeah, Steven's awesome, guys. I'm a bit sad that there's a chance that I won't be able to see you guys next month in OKC HorrorCon, but I'll definitely be at Tulsa. Are you going to be at Tulsa this year as well, Steven? Yeah, definitely. I know Lori, Happy, and Papa Goss. They should be there. Yeah, I know, Lori. I know. I'm so disappointed. Like I double checked the dates, and I'm like, no, that's the same weekend as OKC HorrorCon. But I I'll definitely make it up to you guys. It'll be cool to meet you, Pazal, and Jeremy at a convention and Grim Life Collective. Well, I can definitely say that I have met Grim Life Collective. Michael and Jessica are absolutely awesome. They are so sweet. I've met Pazal. He is super cool, very laid back, chill guy. I haven't had the pleasure of meeting Jeremy. When I ran into Pazal, he was at Horror Hound, but Jeremy didn't come. So I hope I get to see them at like maybe Scarefest this year. But yeah, again, thank you so much again, Steven, in regards to the super chat. So you will be at Tulsa? Sweet. So I'll see you there for sure. I'm pretty much a good 90% sure I'll be there. It's funny you say that because a good friend of mine saw Robert at a bar inside the hotel that Matt Monster was at and bought him a drink. Exactly. And next thing you know you're stuck talking with him. And I love that about him. That's one guy that I'm just so happy that I got a chance to meet. And I hope everyone gets a chance to meet Robert for sure. Yeah, you like their horror movie filming locations. Yeah, they did a really good one about the grave of Sylvia Likens, um, which some of you guys would know from like the Girl Next Door. That was one of the movies, and there was another one like I forgot the name of the other one, but yeah, they had like two movies about her, four books. Very tragic story about watch who you let watch your kids, guys. That's one lesson I definitely learned from the Sylvia Likens story. Yeah, I think it's in November. It's around that time, November, December. I'm excited for it. I'm a bit sad because I would have had like media privileges because I saw Rod in Las Vegas earlier this year, And he was like, man, when you come to an event, you're coming all the way from Dallas, man. You don't have to pay, admission or anything like that. You do so much in regards to like vlogging the event and plugging the event, so don't worry about that. So I'm just like, oh man, thanks so much. I will definitely take advantage of that. Anything to cut the cost of going to these conventions and bringing this content for you guys is always something that I try to take advantage of. Like, thankfully, I have airline points that I'll be able to use for Phoenix next month, because paying admission for two horror conventions um, on the same weekend can be quite a quite an undertaking. I love their little homey setup in the house. I love how like Jim has a knack for getting his ass saved in this film, but he makes sure to pay it forward. Well, actually, he pays it back for the two people that did save him in the movie, so he technically paid it back. You sometimes comment on their filming locations. Yeah, I comment on their stuff too. I try to support their stuff. That's why I tell people like, hey, there's never a bad time to comment on my videos or my shorts or anything like that, because that's only going to help the algorithm. You hit the OKC GalaxyCon back on Memorial Day, sold a good number of books. Yo, I'm always glad to hear that, Steven. I had a couple of friends that were down there, and I saw some of their footage from there, and it looked like a very good con. So I'm glad that you sold a good amount, Steven. How's the last time you were in here? I believe you were saying that you were, if I'm not mistaken, you were almost done, or you were done, and you're about to release a new book. 38 minutes and 15 seconds for anyone that needs a timestamp. No worries at all, Steven. Yeah, this film came along at the right time for me, because I was starting to get into my foreign horror movie bag. Like, I already had a thing for like Italian horror flicks, but a lot of them, when I saw them, they weren't marketed as Italian horror flicks. You kind of had to already know what to look out for. But I was already a fan of Italian horror, but after The Ring came out, I started to do more research and become more cultured in regards to the horror scene in different countries. So of course I was checking out, Ringu and The Grudge, Japanese horror. And then I found out about the French horror scene, and that was crazy. I still think French horror is my favorite. All the other ones, and this one was a very cool, example of British horror. The new one came out in April. Okay, okay, cool, cool. That's what I was thinking. Okay. Do you hear what I hear? A blind boy isn't afraid of the dark, but what he hears in the dark. Nice. JZS 2120. Have you ever done a collection video? If not, would you? I have not done a collection video as of yet. But you know what? I probably will eventually do one. I always say I have a humble collection, but I'm very proud of it. The things that I do have, that I've been able to amass, the stuff that you guys have donated to the Scary Sanctuary, um, they mean a lot to me. So yeah, I'm definitely had thoughts of doing a collection video and just show you guys what's in the Scary Sanctuary. And also, we'll give you guys ideas of certain things that you may possibly want to send in to, complete certain spots in the scary sanctuary. You were ready to give up on new horror until this came out. Yeah, exactly, Tony. It was dark days for a bit, man. Like we had like a few bright spots like here and there, but it just wasn't enough. It wasn't enough like the '80s. Totally wasn't like the '70s and '80s. You never knew of horror conventions until Pazal. Yeah, man. I mean, I knew of horror conventions, but I didn't know how big they were getting. Like because being a horror fan, you hear about these different conventions of and opportunities of fans to meet like Wes Craven and Gunnar Hansen and Toby Hooper. The list goes on and on about these horror celebrities. But I was never really in a position um, to really go, mainly because of where I lived. It really didn't have too much going on. You would have to either go to Nashville or Atlanta to go to a horror convention. They did have the Chattanooga Film Festival, and you could see people like Joe Bob there, and you would see like some film premieres. And I actually want to go. Funny enough, I had to move out of Chattanooga and be out of there for over 10 years to want to come back and experience the Chattanooga Film Festival. So I may try to do that one of these years. I have plenty of friends and family still there, so I can stay there for free. So that always helps. But yeah, it wasn't until just looking on YouTube and finding people like Pazal and geez, the list goes on and on, like Tampa J and Adam the Woo and Scott on Tape, Sean Clark, of course. But I came across Sean through the Never Sleep Again documentary because he was in the extras doing the Nightmare on Elm Street filming locations. Now, that was a light bulb moment for me. The fact that, like, wow, it never dawned on me then where it was just like, wait a second. Yeah, I can actually visit the Nightmare on Elm Street house in real life. Now, all these years later, that finally happened, a couple of weeks ago. Um, but yeah, I mean, it's been a ongoing journey. So definitely go on that journey, Tony. I mean, go and check out these horror conventions, meet these celebrities, meet all the people that you've always wanted to meet, support these vendors and authors, all these great companies, and make a lot of friends, man, because it certainly changed my life. The fact that, I decided to, you know, do YouTube around horror conventions just because, I wanted to have an avenue to meet cool people like you guys that enjoyed the genre as much as me, that liked talking horror. Um, just kind of like wanted to have that fellowship with fellow fans. So I'm glad that you guys found your way to the Horror Greenbook. However, that may have happened, whether you guys were just, scrolling on YouTube and the channel popped up, you guys were looking into a particular convention, a live watch party just so happened to scroll across your feed. I may have met you at a convention. It's really been a grassroots thing. So the fact that I'm like close to having like 2,300 subscribers is madness to me. I'm still nowhere near going full time with this, but I totally have plans to. I could totally reach my goal of 5,000 subscribers within another year and a half, I believe, and I could possibly reach 10,000 maybe in another 3 years. But I want to build this all the right way with good people like you all that come by every week. You know, whether it's a night that you already have something planned and you're just coming through to say what's up. That means a lot to me, guys. Like Jeff. Jeff has to go to work in the morning. So he's just like, hey, I just want to come through, say what's up, guys. Scott's a funny dude. I'm always busting his chops for being a Leafs fan. Yeah, I know. Straight up Torontoan. Horror conventions, yeah, they are a lot of fun, Annette. A blast. Steven says, I met Miko Hughes last year at OKC. Oh, yeah, Miko's pretty cool. And what's pretty fun about Miko is Miko hangs out at the conventions, at the after parties. So if Miko is there, he's gonna hang out at the after parties. You're gonna see him, hanging out, chatting with the fans, because for a lot of us that are around the same age as him, you know, he's just like a regular dude. He just likes talking about horror and just regular stuff in regards to life and just hanging out. So it's pretty cool. How long have I known of horror conventions? I would say probably since the late '90s, early 2000s. You will hear about like horror conventions or read about them in like Fangoria and different horror mags, and then not only that, but when the internet started to become like a thing where people would just share their experiences across the country and across the world at all these different events. It was just like, oh wow, I want to go experience that one of these days. You don't have Pluto, but enjoy being here in the chat. Well, I'm glad that you're here in the chat, Annette. That means a ton to me as well, and that's another reason why you should join the Discord, Annette. Let me put up the link again for those of you that don't have it. But yeah, you can download Pluto on like Fire Sticks. If you have a smart TV on any phone, I think you can also just go on PlutoTV.com. You don't even have to download the app. But in the Discord community, I will announce when we'll have certain parties, and we'll watch the films together. You won't have to worry about if you have the program or anything like that. You'll be set. Big fan of the Hatchet movies. Yeah, we've seen all the Hatchet movies on our live watch parties, Tony. We had a lot of fun with that. Have I heard of Peverly? I'm guessing that's Missouri. No, I haven't, Tony. That is Peverly, Missouri. I always loved this song. It just sounded very early 2000s alternative. Paper or plastic? Your money's good. Mm-mm-mm-mm. Let me see here. Timestamp. No worries at all. 49 minutes and 35 seconds. Small town in Missouri. Okay, that's what I was thinking. Uh, what is it close to? Is it close to St. Louis, or is it close to Kansas City? Do 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 do. Now I'm gonna have that song in my head. Okay. Oh, so it's close to St. Louis. Okay. Yeah. In that case, I probably was kind of close to it when I drove to St. Louis from Dallas to go to Transworld. I hope to go to Transworld again next year because that was such a fun time. I don't know if it's because I knew when it's coming out, but I've been getting more ads. Than, probably so. You were on the chat the other night. Yeah, yeah, exactly. Well, I try to make it a fun time, and there are GBG members or Greenbook Gang members that they just come in and either whether working or painting, like Bumper was, they're just helping support the channel by giving some hours and some ad revenue. So I really really appreciate it. Like all the different ways that you guys find ways to help out. You've been to Kansas City was hot as shit. Yeah, it's been forever since I was in Kansas City. I was probably 8 or 9 years old for a cousin's wedding. And the last time that I went to St. Louis this year for Trans World, the time before that was I was in like seventh grade. Yeah, I don't think there should be any ads during. Yeah, I totally get that. Yeah. Well, I live in Texas now, but I'm originally from Tennessee. I'm originally from Memphis, Tennessee, specifically. I wanted to go to KC Mo, but didn't have the money for a table. I totally get that. Yeah. They have like what is it? CrypticCon in Kansas City. I want to go to that one year. That's going to be one of the cons that I try to make. Yeah, to add on Pluto, of course. Yeah, it's probably because they know the movie's coming out, and it's so crazy because sometimes on Pluto, I barely get an ad. Hey, Papa Goss, we were talking about you not too long ago. What's going on, Josh? Hope that everything's going well tonight. Yeah, Crypticon. Yeah, yeah. I want to do Crypticon, Kansas City, and Crypticon Seattle. Yeah, I definitely want to do the Seattle one because that would be an excuse for me to visit Washington on the channel and knock that off of the list. Horses running free. We can outrun these fast zombies. I also love the concept in like some zombie movies where they're just like the zombies just completely ignore animals. It's like no, we don't have a grudge against the animals. We love the animals. I love how the zombies are completely animal rights activists. Speaking of animal rights activists, tying into the beginning of this movie, how they're just like, no, our beef is with the humans. Yeah, go up to BC. Yeah, man, exactly. There's a lot of stuff up in Canada that I want to definitely go to. So I want to do stuff in BC and I want to do stuff out in Toronto. The cool thing about meeting Scott was the fact that I'm like, okay, well, at least I know someone in Toronto now, so that I can reach out and and just be like, "What's up, man? Show me some cool stuff. Show me where the house from Black Christmas is, and all types of other Toronto or um, on that side of Canada related horror stuff." Your buddy just got thrown out of Canada. Now that's quite a story. I'd much rather be thrown out of Canada than like arrested in Dubai or you know or Indonesia somewhere. It's like, yeah, just kick me out so I can make my way home. Or arrested in Mexico. I'll have to tell you guys the story of how that almost happened to me one time. But they thought I was the typical stupid American. Oh ho ho ho! You gotta be quicker than that to get your boy in a Mexican jail based on a bit of a scam. So I'm like, hold on, man, this doesn't seem right. So I'll tell you guys that story one of these days. Bloody hell. Yeah, man. It's one of those things where cooler heads definitely prevail. It's like, all right, don't let them see you sweat. Yeah, you kind of got to be aware of the scams that people try to run on foreigners. So I was pretty much well aware of what they were trying to do. So I was just like, okay, I got you. I had to pay some dude $25 in Tijuana once to not call the cops. Yeah, exactly. And sometimes, I mean, I'm not mad at a bribe. You know, if we're not in the U.S. and that's the name of the game, you got to slide a quick little 25, $50 to get them off your back. Hey, so be it. I'll be back in about 20 minutes. Dinner is ready. Don't worry, I'm watching you. And hey, much appreciated, Steven. I'm sure y'all have done so already, but make sure you smash that like button. Hey, that's right, Josh. That's insane. Yeah, speaking of dinner, what are you guys having for dinner? I technically had, well, I technically haven't had dinner. I had like what would be like a late lunch. So after 28 weeks later, I will be grabbing something. Killian's acting is definitely good. You really do feel the need. What you feel the performance that this is a guy that was really put into this situation. He's thrown into this world that everyone else has had a month head start on getting adjusted to it. So Jim's just trying his best. You're gonna do sausage and peppers, but you woke up at 4 p.m. Now you're lazy. Hey, sometimes it's like that, man. Sometimes you just get started too late, and you're just like, you know what, forget it. It's like we're not gonna do this. And I mentioned to you guys earlier that I love Selena in this film. Selena is so awesome. Like the moment that she decided that she was gonna chop up her partner after after he debatedly got infected, it wasn't even a concrete um concrete infection. So he only could have been. Selena was playing no games. Chop chop chop. Take you out to the chop shop. And she's one of the more smarter characters in a horror film. She has a lot of common sense. So, Selena will be granted space somewhere on my legs for my horror sleeves. Like, I think she's totally a badass character. No, no, I live in Texas. I totally live in Texas. I'm just not born and raised in Texas. Yeah, I've been here for about 13 years now, going on 14 actually. So you're right. I do live in Texas, Tony. So I do a lot of Texas related stuff. I'll be actually I forgot another convention I'll be going to. Actually, I'll be going to Texas Hunters Convention. So I have Texas Hunters Convention. I have Days of the Dead Phoenix. I have Mad Monster Party Arizona. I have Houston Horror Film Festival coming up. I have a lot of stuff coming up. We got some space for on my dong. Speaking of dong, Tony, you missed the dong earlier. You missed Oscar-winning dong. Exactly. Triple T is in full effect, guys. Texas is everything that you would expect it to be. Have you ever seen Pee Wee's Big Adventure? Think about the segment of when he makes it down to Texas. You would think that that's just all just it's hyperbole. It's just like, oh no, they're just being super elaborate with that. That Texas can't be like that. No, Texas is every little bit of that and more. Right, big, flat, and humid. But Texas is like its own country, and I love it about that. You take it's good and it's bad. But I love the fact of being centrally located in the country. So flights are never really too long for me. Whether or not I'm going to the East Coast, West Coast, or Midwest. If I'm hopping on a plane, it's really taking me longer than 3 hours. You're crossing the street. You gotta look both ways, Tony. Well, you gotta look left, right, and down in that case. So hold up, there's Dong. I love this movie, but this part always infuriated me because I know it could entirely happen. Yeah, exactly, Tony. I caught myself. You have to go three ways, right? Exactly. Should have listened to Selena and just left, bro. It's had to be frustrating. Yeah, I don't think they're home, dude. It's like he's gonna search every single truck. He's gonna leave no stone unturned. I love how Killian's looking like a proper British gent with his Adidas track jacket on. The Brits make a track jacket look cooler than almost anybody on the planet. Either that or like Eastern European dudes. Like some dude named Yuri that grew up in like some former Soviet Union country. He's probably the best at rocking an Adidas track jogging suit. Another ad. See, they're trying to get us guys. Pluto's like, hold up. Oh, this always just infuriated me. Like, dude, why don't you just had to look up? Should have wore some goggles. And you knew it dropped in your eyes. Why don't you warn them? Let me know when you need a timestamp, guys, because these ads seem to be tearing us up. Keep away, keep away. I thought you had to have like a ball or something that you could throw to play keep away. Jim, take him to the chop shop. And there you have the military. And you think they're cool. Yeah, that sucks though. It's like, dude, you know the rules of this world. You could totally avoid looking up and getting infected that way. Time cramp. Your time cramp is 1 hour, 6 minutes, and 55 seconds. Triple T. One male, two female. Actually, I identify as non-binary. That would have been so. There's probably going to be a joke or something like that in 28 years later. But I've been hearing some pretty good reviews about it. I mean, of course, I've heard that it's not perfect. There are going to be some things I hear that some people are going to be a bit disappointed with. I think I kind of guessed what's going to happen. As I looked at the ads and as I hear kind of like the premise, I kind of have an idea of what's going to happen. So I'm kind of expecting something. Hey, thank you so much for stopping through, Tony. Hey, you're always welcome, man. So whenever we're having a live watch party, go ahead and follow through. Hey, hot water, clean sheets. Woo, let's go. But it's a total sausage party here. See, that would have already tipped me off. Where I'm just like, all right, there's too many dudes here. I'm I'm gone. Now, now, if you were Triple T on the other hand, you would have been counting the dongs. I say that with love. Hey, you have a good one, Tony. Oh, speaking of which, guys, we are going to do a Discord live watch party. I'm thinking I can possibly run it tomorrow. I'm thinking if not tomorrow, Friday. So just stay posted in the Discord. I'm going to try to see what I can do. Um, those of you guys that will possibly be able to watch, would you be able to possibly make Thursday? No, no, no. Actually, let's just say Friday. Let's start off with an idea on Friday. Would you possibly be able to make Friday evening for a Discord live watch party? Maybe around the same time that we did tonight at 7 p.m. for us watching Blood Sucking Pharaohs in Pittsburgh, followed up by Sinners. Yeah, Tony's like, hey, yeah, exactly. Congrats to Florida. Hey, that's dope. Still haven't seen Sinners. Yeah, that's why I figured that we would go ahead and have a nice pairing of something that is going to be incredibly schlocky and something that has received a lot of high praise. So I think we'll probably start off with the schlock first, and then have a bit of a palate cleanser with Sinners. And you guys don't have to worry about ads. So that'll make things a bit easier. And we can hear each other's voices. We can put each other on mute. We can adjust things how we see fit and just tailor them how we like. So that's why I think it's probably, besides being able to just chat and keep in touch with each other whenever we like to, that's the best thing about the Discord server is being able to, yeah, you can show your face or dong, though we will ask you to refrain. But with that being said, we won't police you too much. I'll just make sure to try to turn off the screen in that case. When Triple T gets too lit. But but yeah, guys. I mean, thanks so much for hanging in with me. I know we didn't do too many of the live watch parties while the convention season was getting off to a great start with 3 back-to-back-to-back conventions. So with that being said, I'm back to trying to get back into the speed of things, and then we're gonna incorporate the Discord live watch parties as well. Oh, Tony. Hey man, well I'm glad that you didn't, Tony. That you didn't eat shit into the drums. I'm pretty sure those drums are pretty expensive. What age were you when you started playing drums, Tony? And were you one of those bad kids that are just like, I want to make as much noise as possible? I can totally see that. I mean, he's doing an experiment. I mean, hey, he's doing it for science. I keep my expensive kit in cases. Yeah. Started playing 30 years ago because of Green Day. Oh, that's dope, man. That's very cool. I remember when Dookie first hit the scene. It's definitely fresh. And then see their staying power. So that's pretty dope. That you started playing because of them. And then with you being where you are, you were probably hip to like pre-fame Green Day. Dookie changed your life. Was lucky enough to hang out with Trey Cool like 10 years ago. Hey, that's cool, man. How was that? Yeah, Kurt Clark ripped. I grew up on all the Lookout Record stuff. Yeah, that's what I figured. I was like, yeah, you growing up in that area, you probably were familiar with them than before a lot of people were. So he's basically the Leatherface of the group. Let's see. He he gave you a beer at a surf shop you weren't supposed to drink at, and then hit the bar across. Okay, where was that? Bought him a drink. No one else but me knew. Oh, nice. Hung out for like 2 or 3 hours at the bar. Oh, that's a dope experience, man. So y'all have some like the coolest experiences. It's like people killing people is tell as old as time. Yeah, I mean, it's a cool thing, and that's what I love about sharing these experiences with you all. Uh oh. So, we've been breached. We've been breached. Mayday, mayday. Yeah, I like this part when things really start to turn up. Selena's still like, we got to get out of here. Yeah, guys, ask for timestamps. 1 hour, 17 minutes, and 55 seconds. Yeah, exactly. As soon as you move it, you're going to get, yeah. That's why I said that's one of the frustrating things about some of these streaming services, how they know, like, as soon as you move that slider, like, anything beyond 5 minutes, another ad. Like, man, I understand, guys. You got to pay for these rights. You got to pay the bills. You got to pay for your employees. But come on, give us a little bit of a break. Machete. You know what? I would say there's probably a chance that it may have gotten on VHS. Like it was right around that edge to where there were some VHS tapes still being made. I don't think I've ever seen a VHS for this, but I wouldn't doubt that there are some out there though. Yeah, this was right as they were phasing out because I remember seeing like VHS of like The Ring and stuff like that, and this was right around that same time as The Ring. Yeah, but they were definitely. This was like literally right at that like turning point of getting right to like strictly DVDs. Let me double check that. Let me do my Googles. It looks like the only thing I can see are customs. Oh no no, there are some. There are some actual 2003 ones. Yeah, you can find actual 2003 ones. It looks like they're going for about $40 on eBay. That's about the lowest that I've seen. I see one for about 36 on eBay. and a lot of these are like rental store um, copies. Yeah, but there are some VHS ones out there. I figured there would be. I'm like, man, that was right on the dying days of VHS. So good call, Tony. 40 should be 20. Yeah, no, I would love for it to be 20. Yeah, I was like, I mean, the only time I probably have seen one would be during those dying days of VHS when you would probably see a couple of them at a Blockbuster. And I was going to Blockbuster heavy around this time because they had the unlimited rentals deal. So it was a lot of me going to Blockbuster at least once every day. Shall we? How's dinner, Steven? Yeah, man, those unlimited rentals, man, they were a gem. I just hate that they unveiled those, a little bit too late in the game because that's around the time that Netflix really started to get into the game with sending out DVDs and such. But yeah, man. But I definitely took advantage of it for that good like year or two that they had that. That was your first job, Lori? Oh, that's quite a first job to have. How was your experience working at Blockbuster? That was one of those spots that I always wanted to work at a rental spot. The closest that I got to was working at the library. Not the same. You're so right, Tony. And they could have bought Netflix for cheap. Yeah, they totally missed out. Just a suggestion, but in August, Fright Night will celebrate 40 years since its release. You know what? Yeah, I totally would be down for that. I'll have to double check to see if it may be available for streaming then, but if not, that's definitely going to go on one that's on Discord because Fright Night is definitely a favorite of mine. It's probably one of my favorite posters or VHS cover art. Very, very nice one. And Tom Holland was awesome, you know, with his work on that. Yeah, man, Fright Night's awesome. Like, I remember my first time watching Fright Night. It was like a TV edit, and I didn't catch it from the beginning. I just caught it like right in the middle. So it was kind of like knowing like, okay, well, these kids think that their neighbor is a vampire, so it immediately like got me wrapped up into the story. And man, that finale, like that finale, still one of the most fun finales for a vampire flick. So it's a fun one. Yep, Return celebrating 40. I saw you bought horror cards. So were they like trading cards? You met Chris Sarandon a few years ago. Loved his performance in Fright Night. Yeah, man. Chris Sarandon's a pretty cool dude, man. Um, he's just one of those guys that's just always been around, and just think that I mean, Susan didn't get rid of his last name, you know. So it's pretty cool. But I saw a movie that he was in earlier this year called The Sentinel. I think it was freaking awesome. It was probably one of the more underrated horror films that I've seen in the past, like maybe 20 years. In regards to the fact that I've heard of people mentioning The Sentinel, um, it's kind of like a poor man's The Exorcist in a lot of ways, but it's a fun flick. It's a very good atmospheric flick. Yeah, the trading cards with the screen. Yeah, exactly. Those are so fun, Tony, collecting those. There was a guy at Living Dead Con that had a bunch of different trading cards from the different, vintage trading card packs for like the 80s and 90s, and I'm just like, oh man, see, I want to buy one of these so bad, you know. Jimbo, you just find yourself getting into all types of trouble. But I just thought that was so cool, just seeing that part, and it's just like, wait, there's civilization out there. There's a plane still flying. That plane has to be coming from and going to somewhere. The lady of the house. Yeah, I love how the military is gonna like repopulate. Now, now, as I've mentioned before, guys, I grew up around a lot of Vietnam veterans. I was raised by them, so a lot of them, if they were watching this movie, they would make the joke that, well, it's too bad that these poor girls weren't trapped with seamen from the Navy, or else they wouldn't necessarily have to worry about them trying to repopulate the world. So a bunch of military humor. Like I've heard all the stereotypical jokes between all the branches. Yeah, exactly. Respect to them, man. I love the people that go out of their way to collect vintage items like that, and then to give us an opportunity to buy them as well, and just really enjoy them. All right, you got to take this volume. It's just like I'm gonna Bill Cosby you right now. Oh, to the vets. Oh, yes, yes. Appreciate that. Yeah, Valium once. It was great. You know, I've heard Valium is pretty amazing. I haven't had the fortune of having a Valium experience. One of these days, maybe. One of these days. Looks just like such a rainy, miserable experience. but it just totally added to the atmosphere, y'all. Good old Jimbo. It was before surgery. I was all nervous once that hit. I was like, oh yeah, yeah. I hear you feel like you can almost take on the world. You're just like, all right, whatever happens, happens. If I succeed, I succeed. If I die, I die. But regardless, all is right in the world. I love how Jim like just turns into like a ninja. Like okay, dude. Like you were like the prototypical Uber driver, basically. You were doing deliveries on a bike. You had an accident, and now all of a sudden, you are able to out mercenary military men. I woke up after they saw my dong, and I was like, "Oh, do I look cool?" So basically, you woke up like Jim in 28 days later with your dong out. And to anyone that's new here, go ahead, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. We greatly appreciate you being here. No, we're still on part one bumper. We're at the conclusion, at the rainy scene. Yeah, I love this part. Got zombie boobs. And I hear there's gonna be like a Tony. I don't know if this would be much of a spoiler. More so than this being something that would be a lure for you to want to watch this film. But I hear there's a zombie dong in 28 years later. And when I hear zombie dong, when I say zombie dong, I mean zombie dong. Like, don't watch it in 3D. You don't remember 28 weeks too much, so it'll be more important rewatch for you. I feel you on that, Steven. I've watched 28 weeks a whole lot less than I have 28 days, but I do remember all the important parts. Like 28 weeks is a lot harder watch. Like it's a lesser movie, but it's oh man, it's a mean spirited film. And I think that's probably what I like about 28 weeks. Like if I had to pick a film to watch, I'm definitely gonna watch 28 Days Later. But 28 weeks, uh, it makes you feel very bad. Like 28 days, it makes you feel hopeful at the end of it. 28 weeks, you're just like, nah, we're screwed. Tony's like, what? Yes, yeah. Apparently, there's gonna be a massive zombie dong, so you may want to be there. Be square. Tony's like, don't threaten me with a good time. Yeah, yeah. I've probably seen 28 weeks maybe like 3 times, and it's been like maybe 5 times between each viewing. Yeah, the ending's pretty rough. Like, and there's plenty of mean spirited moments in 28 weeks to the point where I'm just like, man, did Lucio Fulci direct this? And by me saying Lucio Fulci or saying something like Dario Argento, you kind of know that some eye trauma is coming. Yeah, old boy running. Oh my god, I love that part. Dude's just bolting. that's that's probably a top five British insult. There you go, some more good music. Oh, I swear this score does something to me. Oh, for some reason my light just decided it just wanted to just go out. That was weird. Oh, hold on, guys. Give me 1 second. Maybe my light's just going out. Well, in that case, hold on. I'm gonna more than likely have to turn on my thing. So give me 1 second, guys. I'll be right back. Okay, hold on. Give me 1 second, guys. Okay, this is gonna be the best that I can do right now. I think what it was is I tried to do this new USB splitter thing, and it may not be able to handle all the different USBs at once. So during intermission, I'll probably hook it up to this other hookup, and it should be all good. Looks good. Like it still looks okay. All right. Man, I swear this music. See the lightning flash across my face. Atmosphere. See. Oh, that could be it. Also, getting some rain and stuff. I've seen these multiple times, and the first time I seen it was opening weekend. I have a thing for flesh eaters. Yeah, man, it's just something about it, man. This is such a welcomed film. I bet this was just like so cool seeing it opening weekend. Like, dude, I'm just trying to chill. Jim was like, "Oh, I'm gone." Is zombie movies one of your favorite subgenres? Yeah, I feel you on that. I mean, it was starting to get to a point where it was just getting super oversaturated for a bit. But I'm glad that people kind of laid off of the zombie genre for the past maybe, definitely for the past, I would say maybe 5 to 8 years for sure. So we're starting to get more fresh takes with the zombies again. So I'm looking forward to the new stuff that we get. It's like everything comes through like different ebbs and flows. But this is like a very welcomed resurgence. Like this was the movie that really started the zombie resurgence. Because you got to think about it, you know, right around this same time you got the Dawn of the Dead remake. The Walking Dead comic book was released right around the same time that this came out. And then, of course, you know, the Walking Dead show came out, you know, a couple of years later. Yeah, it's totally the cycle of movies. You know, something gets hot, and then we're gonna go ahead and run it into the ground until someone comes up with a new, fresh approach. Your buddy worked at the theater, so we'd get in for free. Oh man, those are the best. Those are amazing hookups. Oh, way better than Land of the Dead, that's for sure. I trauma. Thumb meet eyeball. Eyeball meet thumb. So it's like, dude, you're freaking crazy. It's like, girl, it's still me. I've just become a bit unhinged right now. Do, 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 do. You worked at a movie theater in high school. Yeah, man, I never had one of those really cool jobs like that. My only theater job was working at an IMAX, which you know it is cool in itself because of the technology. But we never got like really cool movies. It was basically all like the typical what you would expect, like IMAX field trip movies. Um, but it's funny because speaking of Sinners, one of the IMAX screening locations is that actual IMAX theater that I worked at in Chattanooga, Tennessee, in college. Yeah, I love IMAX. I mean, the technology is always going to be welcome. Barbara says I used to date a movie chick and she got me hooked on free. Oh man, see, now that's a fun hookup. I was going to apply it to work there too, but I just wanted to play drums. Hey, nothing wrong with that, man. Yeah, the original done made zombies mindless shoppers, but the remake had zombies as angry shoppers. And it's so crazy to think of like how like the mall is such a huge character in Done, especially the original and its symbolism. And now we're trying to save the mall because basically malls are going the way of the dodo. And I think that it would be some sort of awesome like statement to make about like, hey, what's what would George have made in regards to some sort of statement with consumerism, today's consumerism, and how that could be interpreted with zombies. Your buddy was a projectionist and got me posters and a trailer too for Big Daddy. Oh, nice. I remember seeing Big Daddy in theaters. I always like that shot of Jim waking up again with the big, huge sign that says hell. Of course, they were just building a sign that says hello. Yeah, Big Daddy's jokes is underrated. Big Daddy is such a fun, good time movie. It's one of those movies that just really makes you feel good. We should have got the chick that played Selena in more horror films. Like she was so badass in this film. Starving zombies. Too tired to chase. I remember I was like, you couldn't get me in the trailer for Phantom Menace. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Lucasfilm wasn't going to play around with that. If you get one of those, it's because you bust somebody upside their head to get it. That would have been a dope trailer to get, though. I'm not even gonna lie. They just need to fill the mall with cool stores nowadays, like the trampoline parks, movies, bars, horror museums, and bring back the arcades, great museums, and people will come. Yeah, for real, exactly. You got to bring that incentive for people to want to come to the malls. We have not done Night of the Comet yet. We're definitely going to have to do Night of the Comet though. And it's funny because I was watching a YouTube video about like how there's this mall. I forgot where. I think it was may have been Cleveland, in the Cleveland area, but they actually had taken up like residence there. So they've turned like former storefronts into apartments, and that was like a pretty cool concept. Especially as a kid that always wanted to kind of like stay in the mall overnight, or wanted to have that Dawn of the Dead experience. So I definitely wanted to do that. Let's see. He said, you know what? It played after a movie we watched one night. My bad. Oh, no, you good, Bumper? And then after all that chaos, gives you this just nice, chill song. All right, guys. Well, that is the first flick. That is 28 days later. So we're going to come right back and watch our second flick, which is 28 weeks later. So I'll give you guys plenty of time to get squared away. Hold on. Give me 1 second. Oh, yeah. Never mind. I was looking at something. Just trying to get some information. It makes all the sense in the world now. Hey, such a cool vibe. But yeah, you've been kicked out of 3 malls. Tony, you have a knack for getting kicked out of places. You know that? I think you may be an unintentional expert at that. But yeah, guys, oh, I love that film. So I'm glad to be able to watch that with you. And of course, we're going to watch our next flick, which is 28 weeks later. But let me get myself already queued up so that I can have that. And let me pull up the link on Tubi as well, so that I can share that with you all. So just bear with me. 28 weeks later. I love how there's a film over there called 28 Months Later. So, nope, try again, guys. Try again. Let's see, paste. Alright, there, guys. I included the link there for anyone that needs it. Let's see. Okay, guys, last night when I was finished painting, a massive fire broke out called the Bonanza Fire in El Dorado County, California. It came within a mile of burning. Whoa, bro. Are you serious? I have a video of huge planes dropping dust by us. Wow. It sure got thrown out of the Padres game a couple of years ago on purpose. We're all good now, though. Okay, thank goodness, man, for real. Yeah, for real, Steven. That's yeah. That I'm grateful for that. I was about to say the same thing about Tubi. Yeah, man. Thank goodness. Grandma's house and you guys are all set and all good. Thank goodness. All right, guys. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a quick, let's say, 8 minute break. We'll come back at 10 past the hour, and we will resume our double feature tonight with 28 weeks later. Sorry, guys. I will be back shortly, and we'll get into some more flesh eating fun. Okay, travelers, we are back. Hope everyone is back and got all your snacks, got all set and ready for some more zombie action. And this time, we're gonna go a few weeks later, 28 weeks later to be exact, half a year. Let's see, was everyone has burned 183 acres so far there, and that's crazy. Tubi's way better. Yeah, for real. Tubi is a million times better in regards to being a bit more stable with its ads. You miss voice Discord parties. Yeah, we're definitely going to get back to the voice Discord parties for sure. John Jones say we'll only fight Tom Aspinall in dirty boxing, so you'll see what have the strip Jones about now for ducking. That's crazy, man. Ducking. Well, guys, we're going to start the film at 15 past the hour. Of course, you'll be able to find it on Tubi, as mentioned earlier. Can't wait to check this one out. As mentioned before, I haven't watched 28 Weeks Later nearly as many times as 28 Days Later. So this will be quite a treat to watch this with you all. This thing looks so weird in regards to anyway, but yeah, guys, what did everyone eat for today? I had like a super small bowl of spaghetti earlier, but the kiddo ate the rest of it, so I'll likely grab some food after this, so I'm definitely looking forward to it. Steven says, I've already started. I'm probably going to leave the group in about 20 minutes because I really want to concentrate on watching this one. Hey, I totally get that, Steven. Especially when you're getting caught up before the movie, before 28 years later. So that's definitely one of the reasons why I wanted to do this, so we can all just hang out and watch it a little bit. All right, guys. We will be watching 28 Weeks Later here shortly. And of course, like always, if you guys need a timestamp, make sure to give us a timestamp whenever it is needed. Go ahead and hit that like button so it can push this live stream and the channel as a whole out to other horror lovers out there in these YouTube streets. But yeah, I can't wait to see 28 years later. Seems like it's going to be a dope premise, and not only that, but it's going to be something that will continue on, with more movies. So that's fun, and hopefully it won't take forever, like in James Cameron years. It's Ice Wars. It's just hockey players fighting. Oh well, hey, who doesn't love a good hockey fight? But yeah, that'll be something I'll be looking into for sure, Tony. I have not heard of that. Yeah, we've had over 124 people check in so far, just between the first film. So it's gonna be pretty fun, guys. Just having people come in, check in throughout the night, and it doesn't hurt to get more eyes on the channel. Maybe they'll stick around like Tony did. Tony just hung out one live watch party and decided to stick around. So if that means we get more triple T's, then I'm all here for it. And we're less than 2 minutes away from starting 28 weeks later, guys. And if you do not want to go through the hassle of having to ask for timestamps and such, you feel free to always join our Discord live watch parties, or our Discord server, so that you can join our Discord live watch parties as well. He beat the cowardly lion. Right, exactly. Oh man. All right, guys. A little bit more than a minute now. Shepherd's pie and lasagna. Man, I could go for some good shepherd's pie. I had spaghetti, so definitely had my Italian vibes. It's like the longest minute. All right, we have like 1 minute exactly, guys. So let me go ahead and pull up my stream. Maximize. There's that damned gnat. All right, guys, and of course, when the clock strikes 15, you're gonna go ahead and press play. Man, I can't wait. Yeah, I know, right, Annette? Like, oh, shepherd's pie sounds great. I love the shepherd's pie at Nine Fine Irishmen in New York, New York, in Las Vegas. They give a really good shepherd's pie. All right, guys, press play. Homemade subs. Oh, what meat was being used in the subs, Annette? Dun, 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 dun. Fox Atomic. We should add Doomsday Movie to the list to watch one day as well. I'm sure we'll get to it. Okay, had to get my delay set. Ham and turkey. Oh yeah, that sounds right. I had that for lunch. Homemade turkey sub. Yeah, I love a good homemade sandwich. I may do something like tuna in the next couple of days. Yeah, those are very cool scenes. I love how this one is kind of like the aliens to the first one's Alien. Like this one's a lot more action packed. Yeah, and I always say he was not in the wrong for what he did in this opening scene. Because for one, I would have done the same thing. If you can't keep up, and not only that, but it was her fault what happened. So I was like, hey, baby, I'll see you in another life. such a good movie. I mean, it's not as good as the first one, but it's a worthy sequel. I mean, he may have been interested in her neck before turning. Gosh, I don't care who it is. Don't let him in. Yep, Jeremy Renner is in this. No, I'm not letting anyone in. I'm sorry. I don't care who it is. This is all her fault. Zombieland, yeah. Trying to let him in. I remember the Twilight Zone where he's knocking outside and Olay. Yes. Oh, they've been breached. She's too busy trying to be mom. Yeah, the Reapers. It's like, girl, come on. You playing around. This opening is just so intense. It's like, girl, you could have been gone. Help you, girl. You could have helped yourself. You saw it in a mall movie theater. Bitch is fun too. Yeah, we're gonna definitely get to some more Discord live watch parties. Help you. Bye, girl. Bye. It's like, cause first of all, no one told you to be super mom. Yeah, exactly. I know, right, Steven? Hey, catch you later, baby. He had to put the burners on. Oh yeah, the music definitely carries, man. And he had to put the burners on. Like whenever I see movies like this, it definitely makes me think of Zombieland. Like, yeah, your cardio has to be on point. Like, just imagine having 20 of them on your ass. And you know, when you just really get in the running, you feel like that little bit of pain in your side, adrenaline's pumping. Like, bro, go, 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 go. It's like, well, such an intense opening. I mean, that's taking the definition of being motorboated to a whole nother level. Like for real, like he hasn't even had the time to like dawn on what just happened. Sure, Lori. I am at 11 minutes and 15 seconds. Ass and elbows. It's like this is totally trying to riff on the Terminator theme as well, like the little underlying little beats. 28 weeks later. Good old Jeremy Renner being Hawkeye before Hawkeye. Let's see here. Bug nuts. O'Doyle rules. Yeah, there's a few people in this. There's like Jeremy Renner. There's Harold Perrineau. I know there's someone else in here. That's a name that I just can't think of at the moment. Oh, there you go. But, jeez. Okay, yeah. Yeah, Rose Byrne. And, oh yeah, Imogene Poots is in this as well, too. Yeah. There's a lot of people in here. And Idris Elba, 14 minutes and 30 seconds, Tony. There's a lot of people in this flick. Yeah, exactly. You're gonna have to do like some Ric Flair, dirtiest player in the game type stuff. Hey, exactly, man. All's fair, man. We gotta live the next day. My mom. Man, I love some Imogene Poots. She's so awesome in Green Room, but she's also pretty good in what is that film with Kid Cudi and hold on, it's gonna come to me. Was it Need for Speed? Yeah, it was the Need for Speed movie. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. She was also in the Need for Speed movie. Tony just couldn't keep up. Right. Exactly. It's like Tony just goes full cannibal. I could totally see you in the golf cart, Tony. I'm not even gonna lie. Yeah, be Danny McBride. One of my favorite quotes is "You didn't get into heaven because you were being petty." Tom Petty. Sure, Lori. I'm at 17 minutes exactly. Dropping out now. Might be back as the movie wrap ups. As the movie wraps up. Hey, no worries at all, Steven. Thank you so much for hanging out with us tonight, buddy. If you do come back around, we'll be here hanging out, man. You're more than free to come by. Be more like Channing Tatum. All right, hot and cold running water. Imogene Poots. She poots. It's like, so, about your mom. So when did you guys see 28 Weeks Later? If you've seen 28 Weeks Later before, I would assume since Lori hasn't seen the first one, she hasn't seen this one as well. But I saw this one when it came out on rental as well. You don't even remember, must have read it. Yeah, this is hilarious. I love that. Yeah, you're right. It does. It has something for everyone, even Tony. It's crazy. We've had like 150 people stop through at some point, which is awesome. Tony with that emoji. That is absolutely nasty, Tony. Penthouse. Definitely. Rihanna scenes. Triple A. She's got a gang of emojis coming through. I'm assuming that's from Triple T. It's like, was it me? Exactly. Exactly. But hey, they are appreciated. It's like that's only helping the algorithm. So hey. So you know how I love your mom, but I always told her that she needed to get into that running group. Well, if it's going to be a stalker, hopefully it's a stalker that sends super chats. It's like, yeah, stuff got real shaky with your mom, and I had to dip. Do you have any of those horror shadow boxes that light up? No, I haven't. I've been wanting to get one, but no, I don't have one. Bumper. One of these days, I'm going to pick up one because I think they're pretty cool. He had to put the acting on. Imogene has some eyes, man. That girl has some eyes on her. This is all cap, by the way. It's all cap. The Poltergeist one, you got the Poltergeist one. Yeah, the badass Captain Spaulding one, and Creepshow and Hellraiser. Yeah, man. Like, I want to get one of these days. Like, I see a lot of very cool ones that a lot of the vendors offer. But one of these days I'll get one. Dude, you could just told them, just be like, "Hey, man, I love your mom, but she was trying to play around." I agree. Thankfully, we got the Creepshow, and I think that's probably the best that we're ever going to get like that. You know, I made the mistake of watching Creepshow 3 and never again, and then I watched Creepshow 4, and wow, just when I thought like scraping the barrel was like scraping it, no, you could scrape underneath the barrel. Yeah, the show's okay. That's why I'm like, I'm thinking that's the best that we're ever going to get in regards to something post Creepshow 2. Though I'm open for being surprised. I would love to be surprised. You would just lied. Oh yeah, 1 and 2 were the best. Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, I love 2, man. With the raft, man, that one still sticks with me ever since I was a little kid, man. Yeah, the raft, man, exactly. I had such a crush on that one chick that had like that fell asleep and had her face like, oh man, that messed me up as a kid because I had such a crush on her, and then the way that she went, oh, I've never been the same. Yeah, thanks for the ride, lady. Thanks for the ride, lady. Yeah, exactly, bumper. Like I was a little kid, and even then I knew. I'm like, oh man, she's very nice looking. Yeah, so needless to say, just imagine my surprise when she fell asleep, and next thing you know, half of her face was like that. Yeah, I love the vibe for part 2. Got some boobage. I don't know. I don't think I've ever. I don't. I've never seen her at a con bumper. Now, I mean, she would totally be a welcome sight if she ever was. I mean, I would totally love to meet that woman. Now you got me wanting to do some research about that. Yeah, I I think that as well. Your son likes Creepshow 2 as well. Yeah, I think Creepshow 2 is part of it. I think is that's the first one that I saw. I ended up seeing Creepshow 2 before the original, and then it had the one with the cigar Indian. You've seen Puncho the nerd from. Okay, okay, you've seen him. You saw two first as well. Exactly. I love hearing about these kids and their horror tastes. Oh yeah, yeah, that was Savini. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Right. It's one of those things that you really should be proud of, Lori, when your child like gives you some random horror fact and you're just like, wait a second, how did you know that? My kiddo like surprises me like with the amount of like celebrities names that he knows, like their actual names, and I'm like, dude, I didn't know this person's name until like I was way older. Like you're a 10-year old and you know who this person is or that person is or they acted in this film as well, but he's a bit of a researcher like myself, so he'll watch like YouTube videos about like Heather Langenkamp or someone like PJ Souls or something, and he'll learn about what other movies they were in. Even if he hasn't seen them before, he knows the movies, so that's always fun. The raft was my favorite, but the crates, yeah, fluffy. He was also the tongue zombie in the opening scenes of Day of the Dead too. You showed your nephew Creep Show when he was like 5. Oh man, that's an awesome uncle experience there. Especially something you grew up watching and they enjoy it, right? Yep. Yeah, and it's cool because the rights for Tales from the Crypt are kind of like up in the air. So right now, like every episode of Tales from the Crypt is available on YouTube. What's weird is my nephews don't like horror movies, but your niece does. Hey man, someone has to carry on the torch, bumper. That's why it's just like, hey, I could care less if it's my niece, my nephew, just as long as they love it. Yeah, exactly, man. You thought man eating oil slicks were real for now I'm telling you, man, the raft probably messed up so many kids, and I can proudly say I was one of them. The raft messed me up so bad. It was such a fun movie though. But what's so cool is like knowing like we all had like these similar experiences with these movies, and it's like how important they are to us. Like growing up as a kid, I loved Creepshow and Creepshow 2 and movies like Ghostbusters and stuff like that. And just knowing the fact that you guys had the same experiences as well. That's what makes it super fun for me. Yeah, the wave, exactly. The wave at the end. Just when you thought, you're like, I made it to land. Yay! And then just. Nightmares and Tales for the Dark Side are kind of like, yeah, exactly. Exactly, man. Pulled the rug up from underneath them. You know what? It's been so long since I've seen Tales from the Dark Side, but I really do love that one. That one seemed like it always came on television where I lived. So that one's one of those films that even though I haven't seen it in so long, like I Know that movie like the back of my hand. They have all seasons on DVD, all four seasons on DVD. Yeah. I started watching horror movies around 8. Started with Elvira. Yeah. Then watched some of my dad's, and he had classics. Yeah, the movie on VHS. Yeah, man. The movie always seemed like it came on all the time. Um, I didn't really get a chance to watch much of the show until years later when I caught it on online. I was able to download it through means. So if I had to pick Creepshow or Tales from the Hood, ooh, that's a hard one, Lori. If I had to pick, I would probably say Creepshow, but Tales from the Hood is one of my. It's definitely one of the best anthology films of all time. I would say probably Creepshow by a hair though. It's not like it's a wide big victory for Creepshow though. Yeah, exactly. Like that's a tough one. Like even though I'm saying Creepshow, Tales makes that incredibly hard. Exactly. And then like not only that, but I'm going to get Clarence Williams the third's ending face from This Ain't No Terror Dome. Welcome to hell. I'm going to get his face when he looks all bugged out. I'm going to get that tattooed on my knee. Yeah, you're right, Bumper. They had an amazing soundtrack for Tales from the Hood. Yeah, Spice One's still alive. From what I know, I haven't heard of any news about Spice One passing. I have a friend that's from the West Coast, and if that were to happen, trust me, I would have heard about it. Oh, Clarence. Oh yeah, Clarence passed maybe 3 years ago. Yeah, I'm sad I never got a chance to meet him, man. But yeah, he passed maybe like 3 or 4 years ago. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Clarence was definitely one of those dudes that definitely had been in a lot of stuff. Yeah, mom, you're freaking me out. Yeah, you're running to the military. Like, all right, we got you got to quarantine again. It's like, yeah, he obviously had some very high clearance to have him search for his two kids. All right, girl, we gonna scrub you and scrub you. I thought this was a very cool way to introduce the idea of someone being immune and how it can also mess up a lot of stuff. Wolverines. some Rose. It was cool that Rose just always kind of had like cool ties to horror in some ways. It's like, yeah, girl, I got bit. You don't see this chomp mark on me? Yeah, he was so awesome at Samson. What part of Jamaica? Right near the beach. Boy! Classic. Now, I will say that in regards to like mind altering substances, no movie has probably affected me as far as wanting to try things other than Half Baked. Like, Friday was like, okay, cool, but it didn't make it seem like, oh, I want to try this. Half Baked, though, Half Baked was like, okay, if it's this cool, then I should try it. And if anyone needs a timestamp, let me go ahead and hit you off with one. I'm at 40 minutes and 40 seconds, just in case anyone is just joining in for 28 weeks later, which can be found on Tubi. Yeah, yeah, totally. Getting the real R-rated version. Speaking of getting real versions of stuff, we should be getting the real version of, well, the director's cut of Tom Savini's Night of the Living Dead remake, because you know the studios kind of butchered it, and he never got a chance to show his vision. So it was revealed during Living Dead weekend that he's going to be doing a director's cut. So that's going to be fun. How long can you make it in there? I don't know, maybe 5, 6:30. She's infected. She's immune. Bro, dude having clearance messed it all up. So she's immune, but she's not immune. Yeah, that's gonna be dope. I can't wait to see that. Like, I'm stoked. And he had to go up in there and get some kisses. Kissing, kissing. That's what I've been missing. I'm not exactly sure. I don't even think they mentioned from the blurb that I heard. It was just more so that we're going to get a director's cut. So I'm very curious to learn more. That's for sure. That's going to be really cool to know. And apparently we're going to get it like in October or something like that. So there may be some more information about that out that you can find. Yeah, for real. Now, this is the only thing he did. Like he just had to mess up. You know what? There's more than a few people that actually like that remake a bit better, and I really want to see what Tom's vision of it could have been. But this is very creative in how they reintroduced being infected. Just had to get a kiss. Yeah, that was a cool spot bumper. I really enjoyed that part of the film. Uh oh, you just had to say something. Yeah, this scene all just really messed me up. I'm like, oh, you could have had a cure. And now we're out doing damage. That's assault, brother. Exactly. Now leaving a trail of damage in the wake. Affirmative, affirmative. Lock it down. I'm not holding high hopes for a return. The OG's probably yeah. We'll see with the return one. I'll definitely check it out. But with Linnea and other people being involved, we're like, okay, we'll see. Yeah, so I was like, it's worth a shot. No, everything is not fine, military dude. But I definitely want to check it out though. I remember seeing the news for that. Yeah, they done messed up. Exactly. Yeah, I thought everything was cool, dude. Life comes at you fast. Now you gotta get Rose Byrne out here to help you and keep you in line. Return one, two, and three. Yeah, I'm definitely a return one, two, and three person. Like those are fantastic. Like straight up quintessential good horror. Oh yeah, I mean, the first return is the perfect example of like a horror comedy, and in regards to being a great balance of horror and comedy. Like, I love Reanimator, and Reanimator is another top tier horror, but it's more comedy than horror. And the same with like Frankenhooker, which is another top tier horror comedy in my idea. Tony, do you have a VHS of Frankenhooker by any chance? With the one a date, one a date. Yeah, that's what I got Tom to sign on my return poster. That's like one of my favorite quotes in that movie. Besides when Miguel says, "I bust in the damn head." We're gonna have to get you that, Tony. We're gonna have to get you that Frankenhooker VHS. It's only right. Snipers in position. I mean, you got Hawkeye in the midst of things. Solid horror is the biggest pain in the ass to find in a while. Yeah, for real. Because everyone's buying it up now. And it's crazy because, like, let's just say maybe pre-pandemic, no one was buying this stuff up. A lot of that stuff was just sitting. Kid, don't open it. What was that? Oh, you got a bootleg from me. Hey, there we go. See, I was like, I knew Tony. You probably had one in the archive somewhere. Uh oh, it's spreading. Uh oh, guys. Yeah, exactly. I figured that was the case, Tony. I'm like, you probably have Frankenhooker somewhere. He's like, my boy. I gotta get my boy. Yeah, guys, I can't wait for the Discord live watch party. I think because the finals are going to be tomorrow, I think I'm going to watch the finals and probably do the live watch party on Friday. It's like all hell is now breaking loose. I think it's game six. OKC is up 3-2. So yeah, this will be game six. And if I'm not mistaken, this will be in Indy. Yeah, for real. Between everything being a foul, um, everyone shooting 3 pointers, no one playing defense, nobody knows what a travel is. Basketball is nearly unwatchable now. And then, did you guys hear about the big news about the Lakers? The fact that they will now have a new majority owner. So the buses will no longer be majority owners. So I'm pretty sure a lot of Lakers fans are rejoicing because ever since Dr. Bus died, the kids have pretty much run the organization into the ground. It's very sad. I mean, because Dr. Bus really did. do a lot for that franchise. But sometimes you're too successful, and then your kids are just like, yep, yep. Yeah, yeah, Genie. Yeah, I like Genie a lot as a person, and I'm not even gonna lie. It is under Genie's watch that they were able to obtain a championship, even though I don't really consider the Bubble Championship a legitimate NBA championship, but it still counts. They got a banner for it. And then the cool thing is, Jeannie Buss was actually in Playboy, so you can find pictures of Jeannie Buss in like the L.A. Forum when they were playing in the L.A. Forum locker room, um, with the banners with trophies. Yeah, it's pretty interesting. She was big on bringing roller hockey to the masses in the '90s. Yeah, I can see that. I can totally see that. And not only that, but she's a pretty hot older lady. Like, she's held on pretty nicely. Yeah, you missed the forum. It was a huge dump, but cool. It's kind of like as a Cowboys fan, how I feel about Cowboy Stadium or Texas Stadium, because with Texas Stadium, um, it was a bit of a dump. It was just an old stadium, and it had its quirks, but it just was an affordable, intimate time. And I love the new stadium. It's massive and it's still a great one, but it doesn't. It's not the same. That drive-in by you should be turned into a Killer Clowns drive-in with lifestyle statues and huge evil Killer Clown boss on top of cafe. Hey, it's Hawkeye. There you go. You got the best. Yeah, they really ramped up the zombie action with this. Yeah, for real, man. And then not only that, but I would do it not even just to make money. I would just do it just for the love of it. I don't care. I wouldn't care if I was losing money on it. It would just be something just to keep, just for the enjoyment of the fans. So I feel you on that, Bumper. You'd even build your Bumper's bunker. You met a bunch of SEAL team snipers. I bet there were some really cool guys for real. Like a lot of the elite forces guys are really chill, really down to earth. I feel that, Bumper. I swear, this little gnat, and it's just one gnat. They're always cool as hell. They show us the knives, they take over and give us beers, and yeah, exactly. Like, yeah, exactly, dude. They're just like the most annoying thing. And this thing that sucks about them is like they're so fast. They're like so small and so fast, so they'll be like right up on you. Oh yeah, man, it's mosquito season, my dude. Right, exactly. I mean that's why I would say is making the most of your life. Let's see here, hold on. I'm Hawkeye, a member of the Avengers. It's a fun movie though. I really enjoyed this one. Like it made for a worthy sequel. But my biggest gist with it was just probably the fact that it's so different from 28 Days Later. No, I've never had that before, Tony. How is it? Let's see. It's like, man, it's about to wrap up on you, brother. Oh, this so you eat the wrapper. Well, thank you so much for your generosity, Triple T. Nice. Okay. Dong style. got him. And there's Daddy. Stalker Dad. I gotta get my custody back some way. Tony realized that the nostalgia can go both ways. Timestamp. I have a timestamp. Um, 1 hour, 5 minutes, and 10 seconds. You're definitely watching 28 Years tomorrow. Hey, I'm glad to hear that, Happy. Same here. And like AMC is gonna have a way to where you get like a poster, so I may look and go to like one of the AMC showings so I can get my poster. And then with the Bone Temple one that comes out after this, um, that one is the other half that you get when that comes out. Of course, you get an ad because they know you're watching Triple T. And the land of the free. Interesting marketing. What ads did you get, Tony? Oh, all her scientific research. We gotta burn it all down again. Oh yeah, with the poster. Yeah, it is. Come back and see the other one. Gotta go all scorched earth. The good old fire tunnel. Yeah, I know that fire did look pretty intense. So I need to sit and reflect on this. Split screen. Alright, you lived into the next day. On across the river. You're in Petty. And then you realize It's wrapping up. All right, what you guys gonna do now? If this movie was called 28 Dong, starring yours truly, the movie would be 3 seconds. 3 seconds. Come on, Tony. You got to stretch it out a little bit longer than that. You're going to a theme park. Carter Steam Gallopers. I should have known that something like that would have been your reply, Tony. I should have known. Oh yeah, they'll definitely be back. Yeah, she ain't coming back from this. Mom is gone, gone. Yeah, AV parties. Yeah, AV had some fun out in Vegas. I'm glad to hear that. She totally deserves it. But yeah, Ghosty has a lot of work stuff going on, so she's taking care of some business. But last time I spoke with her, she said that she definitely misses us, and that she's planning on coming back into the chats and everything like that when she gets the time. So I totally understand that. I just hope that is sooner than later. I've always liked some Rose Byrne. She's always seemed like the type of actress that was serious but never really took herself too serious. Doyle. I think he was. Yeah, he was. Seconds. So you gotta get out of there. Oh, they're right there. Yeah, go stealth mode. Now this totally had to have been a Romero tribute. I'm at 1 hour, 14 minutes, and 40 seconds. This totally is a Romero reference right here with this part. That dude just had to mess it up. Like, bro, it's like, dude, you completely messing everything up. It's blade time. Blood buffet. Yeah, like that had to have been a tribute to Romero. I mean, helicopters and zombies slash infected. They just go together like peanut butter and chocolate. You didn't know it was a thing until it was a thing. Chain of command. Let's kind of ignore that. That would solve all the problems, Tony. Just the smallest dose. The smallest dose could get you to where you need to be. I'm trying to gas them. You gotta push them. They really ramp up the intensity with this film, and I give it to them with that. So I'm really excited for the next one. Him with the gas. Yeah, Push you. Sure you will. They are. They look at like just like that. Yeah. Pop it, pop it, pop it, pop it. And now you're gonna see Hawkeye turn into Johnny Storm. Ooh, it's hot in here. Yeah, like this film reminds me of another mean-spirited post-apocalyptic film, Children of Men. If you're hoping to have a good mood for the rest of your day, definitely don't watch Children of Men. Fantastic film. Oh my gosh, love that film, but man, not gonna give much of a high note at that film. I mean, granted, I mean technically it is a happy ending, but jeez, it's like at what cost? Is it better than that Johnson short? Well, it's hard to gauge Tony with you. It's kind of hard to gauge how you would feel. But this was more mean. I would say it's more mean spirited. More people being very mean to each other in a post-apocalyptic setting. Rose is doing some very impressive driving. You want all the weird, Tony? Hey, that's what we're here for, man. Just hold on. Don't let go. I can see, I'm going blind. You keep getting commercials for dentures. Is it trying to tell you something over there, Tony? It's like you should be toothless. I still stand being the corner, but yeah. This is very Silence of the Lambs. That way we all know where the movie's at. Yeah, exactly. So yeah, those weren't the best directions. Both kids just went stumbling. Poor kids. Probably broke a hip. Uh oh. Here's Daddy. Like I could. Oh my gosh, he was so annoying as a zombie. It's like, dude, you stalker, stalker, dad. Sure, Tony. I'm 1 hour, 26 minutes, and 10 seconds. Of course, anyone that's joining in, we are watching 28 Weeks Later. You'll be able to find it on Tubi. If you're new here, feel free to subscribe. If you are a long-time subscriber or viewer, feel free to hit that like button. Helps out our channel so much. Besides, being able to do things like super chats and super stickers. If you're unable to do that, a like goes just as far with me. But he's immune. Ooh. Mm. Yeah, blindness. Yeah, love blindness. I've only seen it maybe like twice, but yeah, I love films like that. And he's like, nope, we gonna go. Yeah, I like Don't Breathe. I consider Don't Breathe what I consider a genre called Detroit horror, which would be Don't Breathe, It Follows, and Barbarian. To which the setting of Detroit is just as much a character in the film as the actual characters themselves. It's like, oh, just get a little weird eye color. That's it. That's it. Hmm. Talk about are you talking about that film with who's the lady that was in Nurse Jackie? Edie Falco. I think she's in that film. If we're talking about the same one. Already made it to Wembley Stadium. Doyle is dead. Slipped on a banana peel. Time to go. Let's go off to greener pastures. Well, hey, at least what you think. Let's go to Paris. Do 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 do. Yeah, this is totally the aliens to 28 Days Later's Alien. So I'm trying to see, what 28 years later is going to do. I need to go ahead and purchase my ticket for tomorrow. Yeah, based on the lack of mosques, right? Hey, you're absolutely right about that, Tony. Let's get out of this country. Well, kid, you survived your first zombie bite. It wasn't so bad, was it? And then another 28 days go by. Yeah, exactly. Where would you go? Respond. And it looks like France is just as bad. There you go. 28 weeks. And tomorrow looks like Danny Doyle will be back at the helm for 28 years later. That's going to be awesome. I can't wait to check it out. Yeah. I can't wait to check that one out. I'm still surprised the fact that we're going to get 28 years later. So, this is going to be something that me as someone that's been a fan of the franchise, I'm really stoked about it. Definitely a bit stoked about it. So, guys, that was our cool post-apocalyptic double feature of 28 days later and 28 weeks later. I'd like to thank you guys for hanging out with me tonight. That was absolutely awesome. And I'm, still up and have enough time to actually go up and grab me some food for tonight. I'm a bit hungry still, but it's always a pleasure, guys, hanging out with you guys and just really having these moments with the GBG. It really means everything to me, guys. So, guys, be on the lookout for our upcoming Discord live watch party. We will be watching Blood Sucking Pharaohs in Pittsburgh with Sinners. So, guys, you don't have to worry about, hey, I don't have this streaming service, I don't have this, I don't have that. Just join the Discord. Let me drop you guys with that link one more time for anyone that may want to absolutely join in on the phone, the fun, I should say. Join in on the fun. There you go. There is the link right there. We are a fun family of horror fanatics that just love to get together and just talk our stuff, guys. So don't miss out because, like I said, eventually, once I get the YouTube membership set up and the Patreon set up, that will be something that is mainly exclusive for those members. Every now and then, I may open up an invite for special moments for people to join in. But guys, definitely stay tuned for all the cool stuff that we have here on the Horror Greenbook. Guys, I am your travel guide, Brendan. So happy to have these moments with you. Make sure to get out and watch 28 Years Later sometime this weekend so that we can talk about it, guys. I may do a review. I may do like a live discussion about it. We'll see. But anyway, guys, I'm your travel guide, Brendan, with the Horror Greenbook, signing off and letting you know that it is scary in those streets, travelers. So let me know that you made it home safely. I'll catch you travelers later.